Columbus with its largest lead of the season, 14-0 over the defending champion Valor. Arvell Nelson, just 6 of 10. An interception by Varmasoni. What does he have to do to figure it out?
Well, he needs to put together a nice little drive right here. Even just one completion always gets things going in the right direction. He's been off just a little bit. We saw the fumble on the throw. The interception was the right read, underthrown through the ball. Gave the DB a chance to make a play on it. Just hasn't been in sync, and sometimes that happens. The problem is you want to correct it before you're down by too many scores. I'm with you, though, John. No lead's ever safe. It's only 2 scores. Lots and lots of football left.
Zone. Good pass past the 15, spinning off the tackle of Sony is Jared Dangerfield. That's a 15-yard gain. Desmond Epps did not advance the ball out of the end zone on the kickoff, and that's a penalty. That's why Washington started the drive at the 2 as Epps fell down, receiving the ball off the bar.
Yeah, trying to encourage the returns, of course, and there was really no choice for him. He just had the ball hit the bar, bouncing around. He jumps down on the ball just to secure the possession.
After a home win last week against Philadelphia, Washington seeking its first road victory. Escaping the pocket, Nelson, the league's leading rusher, past midfield. Spinning off a couple tackles, Seither finally brought him down along with Ace Clark, backup Jack linebacker from Western Carolina.
And there's a lot of pressure up front. This is a Columbus Destroyers defense that is playing, I mean, ears pinned back at every position right now. And the one thing that Nelson has going for him is that he is a little elusive. He can make plays. He's a big, huge guy. He can make people miss. He can drag defenders, but you can't do that the whole game. You want to sit back there and throw.
That was a dart, a drop by Dangerfield. Rare mistake by the usually sure-handed Jared Dangerfield, who entered the day leading Washington with 31 catches.
So one thing to think about as a quarterback on this small, confined field is you don't need the fastball every single time. You got a slant route coming to you. You know, he ends up only being 7-8 yards away. You don't need to throw Roger Clemens heat. You can just give him something he can catch and run with. There was a lot of pace on the ball. It was a little low, tough to handle.
I like the old school reference.
Anybody know who that is?
You might have said Max Scherzer heat for Washington. Now deep in the corner and incomplete to Desmond Epps, who's become one of Nelson's favorite targets. But this is a 4th down upcoming, and too much air under the pass again by Nelson.
And we're looking at a game of inches here. Just a little off here, a little bit off there. But in professional football, you can't miss by that much and expect to win or expect to have completions. Here's the deal, though. 4th and short, he knows he has to make a play. Huddling up, he can be a leader. Boys, I need an extra second. We got to get a first down. We got to keep this thing alive. As I mentioned before, they can score on any play, but they need definitely a positive play on this one.
Reggie Gray, the man in motion. Nelson scans it and finds the first down and more to Jared Dangerfield. Carries it to the 11. 13-yard gain on 4th and 2, and that's more like it for the Valor.
It really is, and here's the thing. No points from that play, but man, sigh of relief. If we'd have got stopped again, I mean, they're thinking 3 in a row. That's not like them. Their offense is high-powered, best in the AFL. They're used to scoring all the time. That would have been 3 stops in a row. Big play by Nelson to relax and deliver a nice throw.
That's a good point. The momentum would have drastically shifted to Columbus. Nelson cuts back inside, and Summers tries to bring him down with Clark. You probably never rushed for 94 yards in your life, but that's what Nelson is running for this year to lead the AFL.
John, you're gonna laugh a little bit. I scrambled around like that a lot, and a lot of it came because I was confused. And to bail myself out, I'm gonna run a little bit, try to make a positive play, and I feel like that's exactly where Nelson is right now. Not necessarily in the game, but what Columbus is doing, the pressure they're giving, he's kind of got him off his mark completely.
Columbus has struggled in red zone defense, 79%. That's a number that will keep Matt Sock up at night.
Oh yeah, you want to get that down, way down.
I can't imagine you as a runner. 2nd down, here comes Nelson taking off towards the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown, Arvell Nelson, 7-yard scramble, and Washington has some points.
It's a nice play by him. Once again, trying to do something with his feet, competing. He understands they're down 2 touchdowns. We got to find a way to win. The second.
Beautiful downtown Columbus, Ohio. With Matt DeRazio, I'm Jami DePerel, Arvell Nelson. Moments ago, a 7-yard touchdown run as Columbus leads 14-7. Fabian Guerra waiting after this kickoff by Pat Clark. As he angles it towards the bench and out of bounds. And Meredith Gorman downstairs with Arvell Nelson.
All right, just 1 second. He's talking to Desmond Epps quickly.
We already know they can't check us, so stay here. All right? Hey, Doug, stay here. They can't check us. We're feeling ourselves.
All right, Arvell, you got the 4th down conversion, kept the drive alive, and then you run the ball and score the first touchdown of the game. Take me through that play.
We gotta stay out of 4th down. We're in 4th down way too much. We just gotta execute. We gotta calm down, play our game, execute, and just let the game come to us.
Now we're 5 games into this season. Do you feel like this team's kind of found their identity at this point?
Yeah, exactly. We got our identity. We gotta get to playing like it. Right now, we out of sync. We out of whack a little bit. We gotta get back to who we are.
Thanks, Arvell.
Thank you.
Guys.
All right, Meredith, thank you. Arvell Nelson, definitely a candidate for AFL MVP. The first 4+ weeks are any indication. Good throw by Grant Russell in some trouble as he hits Jensen Stoshak, the rookie receiver from Florida Atlantic.
John, just a series of events right there. Washington tries a little blooper, see if they can steal possession, knowing they got the penalty, the personal foul penalty, to take Columbus back a little bit. So it was good timing on that. Didn't execute it very well, along with everything else they're doing. And then Russell does a great job. I'm nice to see him as a rookie. A little bit of pressure, doesn't panic, takes a little sidestep, finds his open receiver, gets a 5-6 yard gain.
Why is he improving now the last couple of weeks as he screens it this time to Stoshak? But it's read well on the far side as Davenport makes the stop. Savante Davenport.
John, it's a good question, and here's my answer to that is he's the reps. I mean, it's just like when you started doing this, or anybody started doing a job for the first time, a teacher, an attorney, whatever it may be. And the first few times, you're like, what am I doing here? And then you start to be comfortable. Oh, yeah, I've seen this before. Then you start to get in a groove, and you're the old pro like you are right now.
Emphasis on old.
Well, I take that back. Pro you are here.
Oh, you're too kind, man.
Go get it. You can see little flashes like that are key.
Guerra in motion. Wide open. Stoshak past midfield. And hit at the wall by Fred Obi. You can tell that his field vision is improving too, because Russell's scanning left and scanning right. He's scanning down the middle, but then he comes back to his second option.
Yeah, and as a rookie, you're going to see every defensive combination. They're going to try to hit you with some zones, confuse you, sprinkle some man in. So he's going to see everything, versus an old vet quarterback that you can't confuse. So he's going to see everything. He's getting more comfortable doing it. I'm going to tell you what else helps. 14, when you're up 14-0 and 14-7, you got, a 7-point lead.
Yep.
You're moving, you score on every possession. Defense is playing well. You start to feel pretty confident.
And a prolific career at Ohio Dominican. Over 8,700 passing yards and 73 touchdowns. Julian Lowe. Wide open. And Obi pushed him out at the wall. So Columbus is moving the ball at will against the Valor defense. And I think their offensive line has been better too. With the addition of Tony Canuch, the center. They had trouble with the quarterback-center exchange, the center-quarterback exchange last week.
John, you're going to laugh at me, and I'm not sucking up to all the centers and offensive linemen in the world. I'm telling you right now, the center is the most important position. If you are strong at the center position, you can get the snap, you can protect. It just makes the whole team better.
No, I'm not going to laugh at all. I wanted to play center, but I was never big enough. Quick handoff. Fabian Guerra, the man who scored the last 8 Columbus touchdowns, and a flag flies. That's one of those plays that we read about this week on a terrific story in Sports Illustrated, SI.com by Connor Orr about the influence of arena football on the NFL and what it's meant with 4 of the coaches. As we hear Dave Kataya's call coming up, 4 of the coaches in the NFL former Arena League quarterbacks. That's 4 out of 32 NFL head coaches.
Personal foul. Illegal block below the waist. 17, offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
That doesn't help the cause against Jensen Stoshak.
No, and John, to your point, a bunch of ex-arena football players, coaches in the NFL as well. And I think the overwhelming thought is you got to keep learning. There's a lot of football. There's some things to learn. And, you know, you see the low block there, can't do that, got to stay up. But I think it's just guys being open and willing to learn other ways of doing things to try to catch the opponent off guard. And this is one lead that can help you do that.
He dropped by Russell. Low. After that hefty hit by Mario Norman, who had a good game last week. He was Defensive Player of the Week for the Valor with 6 stops.
John, I was telling you too, I went from playing arena to going to an NFL or Canadian football field, and it felt like there was all this space. So as a quarterback, I felt better. Like, wait, I fit him in windows that are so tight with all these people crammed into one area. And now there's just, there's all this room. So it helps the development of a quarterback in all the other positions as well.
You felt like you could breathe.
There you go. I mean, I don't know about that. Believe me, I was still throwing to the wrong guy, but at least there was nobody else around him.
I think you had a few touchdowns in you based on your resume in the AFL. Russell takes off. And a flag down and a hit by Alvin Ray Jackson and Mario Norman.
John, if you're evaluating Grant Russell,
There's no foul for illegal defense. Quarterback was out of the pocket. Play action. Play is legal. Check it out.
So as you're looking at Grant Russell, it's just little plays like that. If you saw him last week, 2 interceptions came off of him stepping up, throwing late across the middle, trying to force something. You're excited, trying to make a play. Here, he understands. Take a couple yards, get down, don't take a big hit, advance the ball a little bit, but don't try to do too much. It's just a different feel, as you know. I mean, then you go to the bench after an interception. Why did I do that? Well, the good news is he learned from last week to this week. There's some improvement there.
Put up 40 points last week against the stingy Albany Empire defense. Albany is undefeated. And a flag on
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remain second down.
There's no excuse for that, is there?
No, I mean, but once again, here's the deal on this. You never want penalties. You want to stay focused. You don't want that stuff. But as a quarterback, you're grabbing your guys and say, okay, hate that you did that, but let's refocus. We can score in this play. 3rd down. We got 2 to score. We're on the 11-yard line. Let's make this play work.
Well, you'd rather see the delay of game instead of an interception, of course.
Of course, yeah, that's it. Just smart stuff on that. Okay, no problem. We'll make it right here.
Tony Stevens comes in motion. Backside pressure for Russell to deal with to the end zone, and it's caught. Tony Stevens has the touchdown. Well, that breaks the Garrett streak, but they'll take it anyway as Stevens gives Columbus a 20-7 lead.
And how about this throw by Grant Russell? We just talked about it. Under control as he's scrambling to his right and delivers an absolute strike. And quite honestly, he's outplaying his counterpart. I think you would agree. Right here, but he throws that ball, puts a little mustard on it, and throws it with conviction. He knows that he sees it, the receiver break open, trusts his eyes, and delivers a strike.
Stevens with his first career touchdown. Rookie from Auburn. Signed as an undrafted free agent with the Chiefs in 2017. Also spent last year with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers of the CFL. 51 career catches at Auburn. Grant Russell, perfect. 12 for 12. 103 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Let me tell you what, it's a good feeling.
That's like your report card from 8th grade.
Let's not push it now.
And Craig Peterson gives Columbus a 2-touchdown lead. It's been that type of day thus far for the Destroyers in search of their first win. Off to a bang-up start thanks to the rookie Grant Russell and another rookie Stevens with a touchdown.
No more drop balls, no more mistakes, no more penalties. That's what's killing us. And, you know, you get these type of things. 14 points is not that huge of a deal in arena football. We just had to come back out, get a stop, and now we're back in the game pretty easy.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
All right, guys.
A good point by Benji McDowell, Meredith. Washington let Columbus dictate the tempo and the overall performance of the game.
Yeah, no doubt about it, and he's right. Coach McDowell's right as well. As 14 points is not a lot, but you got to get the stop, though. You give up another touchdown, you go down 3 scores. The momentum continues to stay with the Columbus Destroyers. So this possession is going to be key to the game.
Pat Clark shoots it up. Off the bar as Fabian Guerra picks up the curve and he gets hit at the 1. Good coverage by Washington and Zach Bullock, the first man down to make the stop. Offensive lineman from South Florida. Well, Grant Russell is donning gloves for the first time this year. You watched him during warm-ups and you said you weren't very happy with that decision because in arena football, why do you need gloves? But Grant Russell's been perfect.
Well, here's the deal. It was more of last week he wore one just on his left hand. This week on his right hand as well. Maybe it's just a grip thing for him. And it was not that I didn't necessarily agree with him doing it. It's just that me personally, it makes it really tough to throw unless it's really cold outside and you need to work on your grip.
Oh, and here's an interception by Alvin Ray Jackson and a touchdown. We just jinxed him. His first misfire is a touchdown return, a pick 6 by Alvin Ray Jackson. One of the top linebackers in the league. He's their leading tackler. And he did not disappoint as the man on the spot.
Yep, and if you're Grant Russell, that's not what you wanted. If you're Coach McDowell, you talk to your guys, that's exactly what you wanted. You get the stop and you get the score. You get within, hopefully, if they make the extra point here, they'll be within 7. And if you're Grant Russell, I mean, that's instantly shake it off. Remember that the jack linebacker's there, and you got to account for him. You can't just throw it and not expect that he's not going to make a play. Learn from it, and then move on.
First touchdown return for a score for Alvin Ray Jackson this year. The jack linebacker from Albany State in Georgia. And it's a 7-point ball game.
Jamie, where do you get the rest of the drink?
And oftentimes the defense will bait you into that. DB's way off. He looks like he's wide open, right? So you're thinking, okay, this is going to be easy throw, and you forget about that linebacker. It's almost like a flat defender in outdoor football, where you got to check him, make sure he's there.
2 for 1. You know what I'm saying? Both in Blaney and in Raiders.
And you give up the touchdown.
And Meredith Gorman has Alvin Ray Jackson downstairs.
Thanks, guys. Alvin, your coach told me at the beginning of this half that you guys just needed to get a stop, especially on this first possession of this half. You did it. You got a pick 6. Take me through that play.
Well, you know, something I recognize all week in practice. It's a good team, man. I just have some, unfortunately, look like we did last year. They're trying to put it together. We just got to get some stops.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Guys.
All right, Meredith, thank you. And Grant Russell, as we always say about arena football, you have to have a short memory. Wipe those mistakes away, whether you're a defensive back, any guy out in the field, you must erase a mistake quickly.
Yeah, learn from it. Don't let it happen again, but move on and make the next play better.
Off the net. Guerra searching for some room. To the near side and at the wall. Big hit by Jadar Johnson, the rookie from Clemson, who was on a couple national championship teams. And on our DraftKings key selection board, Arvell Nelson hasn't cranked it up yet for yours truly, but Fabian Guerra gave Meredith Gorman 2 touchdown receptions, and Desmond Epps struggling for Matt Tarazio.
Yeah, I'm surprised none of you guys wanted to claim him after the way that he played last week, but hey, I mean, guess you guys aren't as smart as me.
You are astute, Meredith. Almost another interception thrown by Grant Russell. Brett Obie missed the pick. Well, this is a Northeastern grad talking to an Otterbein grad and an Ithaca College grad. Meredith Gorman clearly raising the stakes.
Oh, no doubt about it. She made the right decision, and Grant Russell right there did not make the right decision. Thought Julian Lowe was going to work across, didn't settle down, made a throw that was off the mark, got away with one. Could have been another pick on back-to-back throws. He gets away with it. Deep breath for Grant Russell. Try to get a completion here to get moving on.
Don't let him throw it short.
Second down, and to Julian Lowe past midfield. Lowe from Otterbein had 4 catches in the first half for 36 yards. What are the strengths of his game?
Very quick, hard worker, strong, tough, fights for the ball. He is a receiver. You want a guy that's aggressive. When the ball's in the air, abort route, abort what's going on, go get the ball with strong hands and make it yours. He does that well.
Can he do the rubber route?
No doubt about it, especially if they're man, they're going to try to, maybe do some picks or rubs or those types of things to make it happen and open up the receiver.
Look at the water.
It just was in there. I think that's
If
just
you
it.
call it a pick, if you're a receiver, you don't call it. No.
It's the pipe, man. The pipe is stuck up to this stuff.
To Stoshak, nice grab inside the 10, and tackle at the 8 by Savante Davenport. Stoshak, a long line of these rookie wideouts for the Destroyers.
A little bit of pressure. Russell does a good job getting the pass there. That's the key. You got an open receiver, get him the football. And this is an important drive. We talked about the opening drive being important. Okay, pick 6. You hate that. That stinks. Move on. But this drive is most important right now. You got to make a play. He's moving them down the football field. If you can answer with 7, it almost feels it feels a little bit better. But if they stop you, then you start to panic a little bit.
14-yard gain for Stoshak, the rookie from Florida Atlantic. Well, the other rookies, Paul Revis, is not here today, not playing for Columbus.
Oh, snap, got sacked. Okay.
With a sack. Right up Broadway, they call the commissioner. And he pummeled the rookie quarterback, Grant Russell.
Yeah, just some miscommunication right there. Nobody picks him up, and that's the easiest sack he'll ever have. Russell's not expecting that. He's expecting some contact, somebody getting his way, for sure. So went the wrong way as the blocking scheme did. But I continue to say this, and I'll continue to remind everybody, okay, he gave up a sack, second down, no problem. You can score from anywhere, and that's the mentality as a quarterback, and almost as an offense you got to have is, hey, we can score here, no problem.
Second and goal from the 13. This time for Russell, but a high throw intended for Stoshak, who was covered by Frederick Obie.
It's amazing how a pick 6 starts to energize your team. Right, defense now playing better than they ever have. They couldn't stop him in the first half. People are running wide open, miscommunication. Oh, I thought you had him. Now they're all over him. They get a pick 6, and the energy's gone up to another level.
And based on the interview minutes ago with Benjamin Dowell by Meredith Gorman, I'm sure he was not exactly pleased with their performance.
I'm sure he was very clear on his message at halftime of what he needed.
And he was direct.
Yes.
Third and goal from the 13 with Stevens in motion. Catch at the 10 by Julian Lowe, just 3 yards. Tackle by Mario Norman. Norman, the veteran from Coastal Carolina. He's always in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, big play right there. Guy makes the catch in front of you, make the tackle. And Destroyers are going to attempt the field goal here, and this is huge. This is huge for the Destroyers. This is huge for Peterson. He's got to try to find a way to come clean on this and get 3 points and get some kind of momentum back here for the Destroyers.
26-yard attempt for Craig Peterson. This is his first field goal attempt of the season. Cortland State. He's got it. Peterson, well done to give Columbus a 10-point lead. They needed that after the pick 6 by Alvin Ray Jackson. The Destroyers gunning for their first win of the season.
What will tomorrow bring? If you want to grow, you have to connect. Our affordable solutions help you reach your target audience across all screens. You don't have to look far to see your business's future. Your future is here.
You're out here to show what you can do, and you want to be on the football field to do it. So you just got to be smart. It's unnecessary. You want to be aggressive. You want to play. You want to compete, but you can't do that.
Especially after you shed a tackle by KJ Boyd. And it was a good sell job by Varmasori.
I mean, it was a Charger block. Right there, he got the charge call.
Some installation issues before the snap, and Dave Kataya has it sorted out. Arvell Nelson, 12 incompletions, 115 yards, and the interception.
How about that goose egg in the touchdown area? This is a guy that's, I mean, he's approaching 200 touchdowns in his career, and you know, usually they're flying around. Can't find one today.
Quick hit, past the 20. Josh Reese, the receiver from UCF. Arvell Nelson has been prolific. His career with Cleveland and now with Washington. But a 3rd and 6. Where are you going here?
They got Epps in motion, and that's the guy. If you get man, you go to the guy in motion, try to let him see what you can do to win.
Here comes the rookie Epps. Good call, Matt. Sits down in the zone, makes the catch.
Epps has speed, so if you're a defensive back and you're a man, you got to respect it. So you play a decent amount off, you know, give him some room. And Epps hits the brakes right at the sticks, turns around, ball's on time, catches there, first down is made.
Desmond Epps in his first game, 9 catches, 201 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
That's why I picked him on DraftKings. I need something out of Epps right here to get me on the board.
Nelson, the deep drop, and it's caught inside the 10. Good throw by Nelson. Epps was open, and Sony pushed him out.
Sony does a good job of getting depth, giving ground. So Epps does a smart thing. You'll see right here in motion, he goes real flat. He flattens off and makes it an easier throw, potentially for Nelson, delivers a strike. Good passing catch there.
Defensive Valor bench. Good call by our director, Mark Ballard, before that play, calling for the isolation. It's Prussian. Nelson to the end zone in a fight for the ball. And a win for the Valor. Doug McNeil, the touchdown.
Big, strong guy right there, 6'3", 220. I don't even know if Nelson necessarily meant to. I know he meant to throw to him, but it was behind and low and the whole deal. But it's one of those things where he says, okay, you as a receiver, you have to go out there and make a play for me. McNeil does that, fights for the ball, and you want a receiver that does that. You want to say, hey, I trust you. It may not be perfect every time, but you got to help bail me out. Get my first touchdown of the day.
There's the first touchdown pass of the day, the 18th of the season for Arvell Nelson, 200th of his career. Clark, the extra point. And it's a new ball game. Washington down by 2 touchdowns at halftime, but you know you can't go anyplace. When you watch arena football, no lead is safe, including at Nationwide Arena.
So, did you get a new car?
Arena, can their Columbus Destroyers hang on as they lead Washington 24-21 with 3:45 remaining? AFL Saturday, the AFL Network. He's Matt Tarazio, I'm John Meter-Perel. Meredith Gorman is on the sideline. This one is off the net. Guerra escapes harm's way, but then at the wall. And here's Meredith Gorman with the guy who just got the touchdown, Doug McNeil.
You guys just bounce back, come out of the half super hot, make it a 3-point game. Take me through that play.
Listen, my quarterback tell me where to go, and he tell me he gonna throw the ball. I'm just coming down with it. It's as simple as that.
There's a lot of emotion out there. What's going through your mind right now?
We just need to play our game. That's the only way we focused on. We're not focused on the opposite team. We play our game. We know we'll do great things.
This team, you guys are fighters, huh?
Always. Like, when coming up the season we had last year, we know that nothing is going to be given to us. So we know we got to take everything in front of us.
Exactly.
Appreciate it.
Guys.
All right, Meredith. They are feisty. 2-second catch of the game for McNeil. A 7-yard touchdown catch. And a misfire by Grant Russell is 3 for 7 this half after going 12 for 12 in the first half.
Yeah, shaky start to the second half. But go back to McNeil for a second. That ball was even further behind him than I thought on the replay. He really fought for that. That's competing for the ball. I mean, if you're Nelson, you go over and then you go say, hey, thank you very much for that. I trust you. You just proved it again. I'm going to keep feeding you the football. And then you go to the other side, like as you mentioned with Russell, it's just off a little bit. It's the same thing, kind of, ebbs and flows. Right now, he's got to find a way to answer the call, stay ahead of the curve here, up 3, try to get back to 10.
He'll send Fabian Guerra in motion. Throws in coverage, and it's tipped away by Mario Norman. Tender receiver was Julian Lowe. There's a tendency to force it when that window becomes tight, as we read in SI.com story this week by Connor Orr. All the coaches in the NFL now talked about the tight quarterback windows.
Yeah, you see it right there, across his body, a little late. The problem is he completed one for a touchdown. So in your mind, you're like, hey, I got one of them. It starts to think, okay, I can do this every single time. And you'd like to think you can, but it's plays like that where they can be dangerous, especially when you're trailing a little bit in terms of your confidence, only being 3 for 7 here this half.
Third down for Russell with some pressure. Look out. Guerra's got it with a flag down. He carries past midfield and more as Mario Norman erases him at the 20. But is it coming back? Might be a hold against the Destroyers.
Holding, offense number 65. Bellies after this the goal. Repeat, third down.
Tony Canucci playing his first game as the center. He's out of BYU, and the hole, James Atoya, was clearly held by Canucci.
Yeah, and you can tell because the D-line are right there by the officials. When they start waving you back, you talk about dramatics, they love it. Okay, finally got one, boys. Come on back. They caught this one. The flag went down. They dumped one on them, and the ball comes back to where it was and then some.
How tough is it for Canucci to be playing his first game, and for Russell that matter, because the QB behind him is Russell throws out of harm's way to the near side for Stoshak. That was well done by the rookie Russell.
That's a nice throw by there. Stoshak coming all the way across the field, leading them a little bit. Look, once again, look at the defender right on Stoshak's back. I mean, if you miss, you're off. He's right there. That's super accurate. Throw with anticipation. Get the first down, backed up. That's a big play by Grant Russell.
Stoshak headed to the locker room. Keep an eye on that as we move towards the fourth quarter. Numbers for Russell. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them to Fabian Guerra, and that's going to be the final play of the third quarter.
Timeout.
Columbus with just a field goal in the quarter from Craig Peterson. 2 touchdowns for Washington, including Arvell Nelson's 200th career touchdown pass. The fans are having fun in Columbus. The final 15 is next.
Let's play loose.
All right.
Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go, guys. Let's go. You ready?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Arena football has always been sort of interesting to me, and we got the opportunity to try something new and see this.
Love spending time with friends and family. That's why we're all here.
I gotta make it. I just gotta make it. I don't care what it takes.
Kicker Mark Lewis will get the game going. Oh, onside kick here. The ball is loose. Going deep off the net into the end zone.